How you guys doing today? I'd like to welcome you all to the second episode of Sustainability News. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why you should ditch those paper cups, get out of the shower, and become a vegetarian on Mars. Now that I got you guys all confused, it's time for our Sustainable Life segment. And a Sustainable Life segment is a segment dedicated to teaching you how you can be more sustainable in your everyday life. And today I'm going to talk about why instead of using those paper cups, why not use a reusable cup or mug for the beverage of your choice. Now you not only reduce paper waste, but you'll also reduce carbon emissions by 7 pounds. Now for me, I like to drink my water out of this reusable cup. And let me tell you, the water that I drink out of here is so much better than drinking it out of a paper cup. That is where it's at! Now another great thing to do is that if you shave 2 minutes off your daily shower time, you can save over 135 gallons of water per year. Now, a great way to do this is to listen to a 5-minute song and try to finish your shower before that song is over. Now some great songs for this would be the new song Hello by Adele, Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran, or Downtown by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Now I hope I didn't scare you guys by the whole vegetarian thing earlier in this video, but what I'm really asking for you guys to do is to be a vegetarian at least 1 day per week. Now, I know that this might be a scary idea to a lot of you out there, especially because, bacon and bacon bits and, the bowls that they make out of bacon that you can eat bacon out of are pretty delicious, and I, for one, would not want to stop eating that. But if at least 1 day per week you can just hold off all of those urges, then you can actually really help reduce your carbon footprint, because it takes about 16 times more fossil fuels for meat production than it does for agricultural production. Now all this talk about bacon has got me thinking about awesomeness. When I think about awesomeness, I think of our Article of Awesomeness segment, which would be abbreviated AA, but that's already being taken by somebody else, so we're just going to forget that acronym altogether. But this segment is dedicated to raising your daily awesomeness to levels so dangerous that you'd have to be monitored by your local hospital. But unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to go to that local hospital if we don't keep taking care of our Earth, which is why NASA is currently working on a Plan B, which is to have us live on Mars. Now I'm all for this, and of course while I'm all about you guys trying to take care of the Earth, it's always good to have a Plan B, especially if Plan A isn't looking so good at the moment. Now specifically, I'm going to be talking about growing plants on Mars. And now this may be like something out of the new Star Wars movie. This is actually going to become a reality a lot sooner than you think. Now some of you guys might be familiar with the scene from the movie The Martian, starring Matt Damon, where he grows potatoes using human feces. Now scientists are doing something very similar, except without using poop, because the Martian citizens wouldn't take too kindly to their entire planet smelling like crap. And I mean, it would get so bad that the other planets in the solar system would just be begging the sun to let them change their orbit so that they could be further away from Mars. Now some of you might be asking, is it even possible for plants to grow on Mars in the first place? Well, scientists think that it actually is. Now it's already scientifically proven that plants can grow without gravity. And scientists actually think that plants can grow even better without gravity holding them down. And it's also not as windy on Mars, so plants don't need to waste energy forming really thick stems. And there's also no radiation on Mars, and the temperature is actually really stable and constant for the plants to grow. But unfortunately, since Mars is further away from the sun than the Earth is, it only gets about 60% of the sunlight that plants do get on Earth. But to combat this problem, scientists are working on building big concentrated mirrors paired with fiber optics in order to direct more sunlight to those plants. Now, but before any plants are actually grown on Mars, the scientists need to condition the soil on Mars with the correct amount of nutrients for the plants to grow. Now I'd like to take some time to review what we've learned today. Now we've learned that you should use reusable cups or mugs for your beverages, get out of the shower sooner, become a vegetarian at least once a week, and growing plants on Mars is definitely possible and severely awesome as long as we don't use poop. That's all I have for you guys today. So I'm going to sign off and stay sustainable, my friends.